Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Benny, a true nerd, and welcome back to Imperator Rome, where last time we began our mission to reunite Crete in a glorious new Minoan Empire. But unfortunately the rest of Crete doesn't seem to be so keen on working for us. But that's fine, because I've got a plan to take these bastards out. So, Prisos over here, they're 4,000 men. If I was to be able to stop them from passing through Hirapitna, then they would be physically unable to get involved in any war involving Gortyna, and they won't be able to bypass a fortress. So I'm going to build a fortress right here. It's going to take a little while to complete, but you need 5,000 men per level of fortress in order to besiege it. In short, they will never be able to bypass this place, and they can't even get past by sea because they don't have wood, so they can't build triremes. So that's them removed from the equation. As for roads, I've actually done some calculation with those bastards as well. They only have access to 2 ships in their fleet. I've got access to 5. They are not bringing their troops over to me. Rhodes has been eliminated from the calculations as well. And Kydonia are just not getting involved in this whole business. In fact, actually, I feel like we might just want to very quickly snipe them, to be honest. Yeah, Kydonia walked out of the defensive league in order to actually attack their neighbours, meaning they're now extremely exposed. Right, so what we need to do right now then is covert actions, fabricate a claim against you. We've got plenty of flippin' ability to do that. So, we can't actually attack them just yet. We need to wait until, a month from now. But then, we can basically just walk in and take it. They don't have any friends at all. More Olympic Games, though, so who wants to go this time? Ooh, a towering Adonis of a man. Yes, let's send the towering Adonis of a man. See how that goes. And in just a moment, these troops should be ready to move out. These guys are just... it's 3 units of archers versus 5 units of archers and also heavy infantry. And here we go. We're heading into one battle that is going to be an overwhelming victory for me. They're desperately trying to actually train some more skirmishers, but it's not going to flipping fly. And look at that. They're just collapsing instantaneously. My own allies help them out too. Be flipping beautiful. In which case, just head over here. And now we can just basically siege down their territory. Nice, easy victory. Oh, but the clever bastards saw us coming. They upgraded their fortress. It's a level 2 fortress, meaning without 10,000 men, I can't get inside it. Alright, very, very clever. We're going to need a bigger army to pull this off. In which case, deploy some light infantry. They're fast to train, they're cheap to build, and they're cheap to maintain too. And now that I've got 3 cities, I can train the 2 of them simultaneously. Spot on. And there we go. Troops are now arriving, and we have started the siege. And we got very lucky there. We got a really early breach. So yeah, that's actually very, very nice indeed. That's a permanent +1 thereafter. Oh, and even better news. I've got a son who is Sosistratus. Lovely name, absolutely. Any moment we should be winning this, by the way. There we go. And I was really worried my baby son had just been caught in some form of scandal, which would be impressive. At that point, I wouldn't even punish the baby. Well done, that's one rock and roll baby. But no, it's just a minor cousin elsewhere. He's publicly shamed himself with a miller's daughter, so the family could lose some prestige, or the state steps in. No, let the family handle it. We can take the prestige hit. That's absolutely fine. So just give it a moment and we should be claiming that city any moment now. It's just a matter of time. Right, I'll be having Kydonia offer you and some reparations as well. Thank you very, very much indeed. No reparations. I wanted some reparations, but screw you. Right, we'll be having that, and we'll be murdering them for popularity. In fact, I'm really popular right now. This has been going very, very well. High popularity, 0 corruption. Yeah, I'm extremely legitimate right now. The problem is, who's going to be the next king? Because, 8 people have immediately backed the baby. Just because they love me. I'm popular, I'm legitimate, the baby's legit therefore. But some people have decided, no, actually, a baby probably shouldn't be king. Let's go for someone we actually flipping trust. So, alright, interesting. We'll keep an eye on this baby, because right now we don't know anything about the baby. The baby's only goal in life is to grow up without being murdered, so that's good. Here we go. The fortress has now been completed over in Pitna, which basically completely takes these guys out of the war. They have actually got themselves up to 6,000, so they would be able to contribute, but they're going to really struggle to break through that. It's going to take them a long time to do. Also, watch that. Ooh, military tradition. Right, this is what we've been saving up military power for. Military tradition is kind of like an invention, but a major invention. Like, this is a big step forward. So, what have we got here? Heavy infantry morale plus 10%. Big deal, the Sarissa. Alternatively, like cavalry discipline plus 10%. Not for me, because obviously I don't have any cavalry right now. Veterans of the Great Campaign. Starting experience plus 10%, and experience decays more slowly. Because yeah, experience does decay over time. To represent, I don't know, units being out of practice, and some old guys retiring and being replaced by new guys, I suppose. So yeah, let's actually take the Sarissa. That's a big positive benefit right there. And just keep on with the Blessing of Hades, please. I'm loving that Blessing of Hades. Oh, and this is good. Legal patronage. Yeah, I'll be flipping taking that for loyalty up, given loyalty is so important for monarchs. Ah, hang on. That's good to see. Yeah, that was an old tech that went missing. Fine. So, the most advanced techs will always be visible first, but if you get rid of them, older techs will start showing up in their place. Gotcha. Bad news, though. I've just picked up the trait arbitrary, which doesn't sound very good, to be honest. Yeah, finesse down and diplomatic relations down too. Dear oh flipping dear. Still, how are we getting on with you guys at this point? Ooh, 183 and rising. Soon. Soon that's going to hit 190 and then we can have these guys too. And hello. What are you guys wanting? Invite to a defensive league with Sparta. Sure, go on. We'll be in their defensive league. The people of Kydonia have raised a large statue of our ruler Pantadarnus, though the statue was lacking in certain portatories. Okay, I feel like this is their subtle way of getting revenge on us for the recent invasion. Fair enough. Though in all fairness, the implication is a bit anachronistic. Like, if you ever look at statues from the ancient world, they were often pictured with fairly small genitalia. The reason being, to the ancient sense of humour, a large penis was seen as, like, stupid and comic. A small penis was seen as much more attractive, which is why the vast majority of naked male statues from the ancient world are pictured that way. But okay, fine. What are we going to do about this? I can sacrifice 10 popularity to get rid of some local unrest. Probably a good idea. I'm very popular, and that place is going to be high on the unrest right now because of the recent conquest. So this is actually going to work out for me just fine. Meanwhile, begin the integration. So for the next 3 years, we're going to be integrating these bastards. Spot on. And one thing to keep an eye on, by the way, sometimes provinces arrive with forts already built, which you're not always going to want, because forts are really expensive. They cost like a gold a month in maintenance. So we're going to be wanting to tear down that fort. We're not going to be interested in that whatsoever. Now, this is all very interesting. This territory over here has basically broken down its entire army, though. Oh, that'd be why. The armies over here, 21,000 troops, are actually over here. I'm rather worried about this, actually. They've decided to... Uh-oh. Guys, I feel like we might actually be in a spot of trouble here. Yeah, you don't pull all your units together unless you're planning something, do you? No, you do not. But... well, actually, they can attack me. They can attack me anytime they flipping want to. There's nothing to stop them doing it if they're willing to take the stability hits. Oh, speaking of stability, right now it's at 1, but I can actually boost that. So if I just go over to religion, I can sacrifice an animal to get stability up by 1. So let's actually just do that right now, because that is, yeah, even more tax, even more legitimacy, even more popularity gain. In fact, my popularity gain is now so high, we might want to swap this out for something else. Though in all fairness, yeah, loyalty of subject states and state religion, not exactly spectacular, probably worth just keeping as is. Though trireme cost, we can get rid of that. Let's actually have, yeah, morale of armies up instead. That seems like a good idea. Let's focus on that for the time being. Okay, the thing about this army is overwhelmingly skirmishers and archers. Alright, it's big, but it's not actually necessarily that good. How much am I willing to pay for this? Oh dear. This is going to be a problem. This is going to be a major problem right here. But if I could win this war, I could basically lock down the entirety of Crete in 1 moment. Right now, I'm making a surplus of about 1 gold. So I can afford 4 or 5 units of skirmishers, or 2 units of heavy infantry. which would be fine, but is that really going to be enough to win? Actually, they've started breaking down some of this stuff by the looks of it. Possibly that proved to be a little bit too expensive. Ooh, and Sparta's asking for help. Hello, what are you actually doing, by the way? You want to engage in a war against some bastards? I'm going to say yes, but just FYI, I'm not actually, like, coming. I'm just going to, like, stay here. You know what? I think this is the moment right here. We're going to flipping go for it. Recruit 2 more units of heavy infantry. Alright, we're going to let the heavy infantry win it for us. As soon as they're done, we're going in. We're going to smash this army of 13,000, and we're going to take this territory. We're going to take all of the flipping territory. Now, I could change my stance to be more aggressive, but that won't actually help me in the war. No, that doesn't help me at all, unfortunately. I may as well move over to mercantile, to be honest, just so I make more money off commerce, because that's actually pretty significant. It's time to do this. Alright, deploy the fleet. Make sure that flipping Rhodes doesn't get involved in this business, alright? Get out onto the ocean. Just keep an eye out for them. Just double check. Does Rhodes have enough fleets? No, Rhodes only has 2 ships. I've got 5. Rhodes is not getting past this blockade right here. And these forces can get past this fortress in theory, but it's going to take them time. By the time they do it, I should have already basically won the war. And hello, they've actually eaten their own vassal, just like I'm in the process of doing. Lardy flippin' da. Here we go, we got plenty of oratory. Fabricate the claim against these bastards. We're going in. And we're just making enough money, so go on. Yeah, just recruit like 1 extra unit of archers just to see if that makes a difference. Here we go. It's flipping on. I'll call in Sparta. I think they're busy, to be honest, doing their own war. Seems to be going pretty well. If we're lucky, they may choose to get involved. We'll see if Sparta decide to actually do this. We're looking to take Crete. And it's flipping on. Go, 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 go. Move in immediately. This is apparently going to be a bit of an even battle, all things considered. But I've got the troops, alright? I've got the heavy troops. I'm feeling like this is going to be fine. So, oh yeah, that's going in my favour. That's going in my favour. Morale is flipping collapsing. We've got the victory. And these guys cannot get involved. We've also captured their commander. Good. Enemy has been captured. Spot on. So I can start besieging these guys immediately. Or probably a better idea, I might just want to chase them down and smash them before they regroup. But if I actually take... Ooh, what do I want to do? What's the most important thing? My vassals are now here. These guys aren't going to be able to do much to me. There's like... Ooh. There's a big force heading in that direction. Might be a good idea to chase them down. Though actually, they now have no choice but to siege down this entire area before they do anything else. Keep an eye on Rhodes, by the way. Do not let Rhodes bring any troops in. Watch the seas. Okay, what's the distribution of troops right now? It's looking pretty much like, yeah, there's not much going on over here. The vast majority of the strength is right here. So we should probably go and smash these guys. Which I think we are allowed to... Yes, we are allowed to do that because we own this territory. That's fine. They're backing off immediately. I'm happy to basically just chase them down and smash them in the face. Bring in more troops. Bring in... Can we afford this? Bring in 1 more unit of archers. It's fine, probably. And now, invade. We will easily win this one. That will be another good victory. Officially, this war isn't actually going well. Ah, it's because they've actually taken Kydonia off me. But that's fine. We're about to absolutely trash one of their major armies. So this is good stuff. Right, head back over here. Let's just go and attack these guys now. In particular, I wouldn't mind smashing these guys into the ground because these guys are the only ones that have access to iron. If we knock them out, that would be good. Okay, we're losing money, but it's very, very slowly. And, okay, guys, whatever you're squabbling about, I'm flipping busy. I can either say let them fight, or I can say stop squabbling, you bastards, but I lose loyalty. No, just let them fight. I'm not willing to accept a loyalty loss. That's absolutely fine. So you guys are now over here. Ooh, you guys have actually managed to pull together a decent army, all things considered. Any chance we could actually get some lovely technology that makes us stronger? Yes, actually, discipline plus 5%. Do it, let's get some new helmets in. And national slave output up 10% too. That's got to be worth some money. Yep, get on with it. Good, 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 good. This is looking very good. Yeah, my concern is they've managed to actually draw themselves back together. And now they've got about 20,000 men. So that is That's a concern. Right, can we just get over here and chase down half of that army before it becomes more of a problem? By the way, are you guys planning to get involved? No. I'm guessing Sparta's not planning to get involved. They're a bit on the busy side with their own war. Although, aha, we have managed to capture some of their troops before they were able to group up with the rest of them. So this is actually good news. Now we can start work on taking down some of this. I might not be able to take all of Crete in one go, but we should be able to at least make a good start here. So now we're both just sort of besieging next to each other. Do I want to go and attack them? 10,000 strong. Honestly, yeah, get it done. Looks like my vassals are attached to me, so we would win that one. The question is, would we win versus all of them? We've driven them off. That's the important thing. So, get over here, start working on this. Point is, we will probably be able to bring down this city before they can bring down this one. And at this point, their entire army is trapped over here at Prisos. We've also got an empty trade route right now. I can't remember what we had in that slot previously. Ah, yes, hemp. Right, well that works for me. I could get fort defense up. That would not be a bad idea at all. So now, this fort is even tougher for those bastards to crack. Love it. And here we go. They're coming straight back in over here, but they cannot walk through this territory anymore. They literally can't leave that side of the island until they've... Oh, hang on. They can. Why can they? I'm surprised they can. Are they allowed to do that? Alright, apparently they can, though I'm not 100% sure why, but we have got the better commander, we have got the heavy infantry, we have got this one right there. Spot on. We've killed a good 3,000 of them, and even better, they're now splitting up in all sorts of different directions, making them much more vulnerable. Now, we've got an argument between two men at court. One of you is, the Epiproxenos. Fine, so you actually do an important job. Yeah, that's the guy who gets aggressive expansion changed down. Not the most important job, but still, he does have a position in court. This guy is head of... Oh, he's head of an entire family. Probably it's a good idea to keep him sweet in that case. Especially as, yeah, we can become friends with him. Let's become friends with him, because being friends with the head of a different family is almost certainly a good idea. And actually, the siege of Gortyna is going very, very well indeed. That's actually up to 0% already, so we're making fast progress there. And we've won! Wow, we got really lucky there. That was very, very lucky indeed that we were able to actually take that so easily. So, what are you guys going to do now? Because you're going to try and move over here, but are you capable of walking through this territory? Because I built that fort because I thought you weren't. So, okay then, everything seems to be under control. Ooh, slight problem though. We finished integrating these guys. But because we finished integrating them, their army ceased to exist. So that's, a bit of a problem. Still, we are getting more money from that. What have you guys got? 3 units of heavy infantry. I've got 6. Okay. Maybe we want 1 more just for safety. I've run into a very major problem, actually. I'm out of manpower. Meaning, not only can I not recruit... my army isn't actually going to be able to recover anymore. Oh, this is a bit of a problem. This war could do with being over, like, right now, actually. Alright, I think I need to gamble everything on trying to take on these guys. Like, right now. Let's see what you guys are... You trying to avoid me? Don't you do that. Ooh, apparently we would win that very easily. Good! Do it then. Just go and smash their stupid faces in. Oh, it turns out they're terrible. Good. Good, 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 good. Chase off the stupid bastards. By which I mean, oh dear, this is a bit problematic. We're losing a lot of troops. I can't afford to drop below 5,000. We need to engage in the flipping siege. Okay, we've managed to secure all of this territory. That is good. We've managed to take all of that. But I wouldn't mind just mopping up the last piece over here too. The thing that worries me here is they are probably going to be able to take this territory before I take this territory. Because this is... Oh, that's fort level 2. I can't take it. Fine, I've got no choice but to actually go for the peace I've already won. For no other reason than this place needs 10,000 men to take out because they've reinforced it. So I've got to take the victory I've already got. Sooth peace, demand peace. Yep, I'll just be taking that territory, please. Honestly, that's not bad. And you're all getting executed, by the way. But on the plus side, we do have some good stuff here. We've just taken a bunch of territory that is going to be producing money. So we are back into a decent surplus here. So we've got these guys over here. And actually, with a whole bunch of new freemen in the Empire, we do actually have more manpower. Good. Good, good, good. And what have we also got? Base metals. Cohorts can be recruited faster. Olives. Slave happiness up 10%. And more olives. We've got our first surplus, which is marvellously good news, because it means sooner or later, someone's just going to send us a little kind of ancient email saying, hey, could we have those olives? That'd be marvellous, and that will actually be worth a lot of money, because exporting is worth more money than importing is. Good goods. Also, we can do without these flipping forts. Those forts are expensive. Oh, and we've got a new baby. Callisthenes. Good. Just in case the old baby dies or something. And the treasury is actually starting to fill up nicely. Plus 2.19 is fine. That'll flippin' do. Any chance we can squeeze a bit more money out of somewhere? Not really, so I'll save my civic power for the next set of techs that are getting close by. Here we go. Good news. Everybody is now falling behind my son. He's no longer a baby, he's a boy. What do we know about him? He is humble. Charisma is... wow. Okay, this kid has crazy charisma. This is a charismatic bastard. And his marshal's not bad either. Right, this kid could be something special. Ah, speak of the devil, here's the new text. They just came in. Citizen outputs, that's mainly research and a bit of commerce, actually. Alternatively, build costs down. State harbour fees, commerce income up. Yep, get it done. Boom. Very, very nice indeed. Though I'll take national citizen output up too, because I think that's partly trade. So there we go. We just spent a lot of civic power there, but I think the economy will thank us for it. Ah, Blessing of Hades has worn off. Screw that business, although actually, oh. I could get national manpower up just for once. That might not be a terrible idea. I am making money even without the Blessing of Hades. Yeah, get the national manpower up. We could do with some of that, actually. We really need a little bit of that business. And apparently Pantadarnus is incredibly religious. Okay, interesting. Feast in his honour. We need to pay 380 flipping religion. Okay, we'll go into the negative, but we have just already got the omen out for the next 6 years, so that's fine. Yeah, go on. Stability +1 for flipping, yeah, 3 stability. That's national tax up. That's going to pay for itself. Oh dear, we've got a bit of an urgent problem here. So, a character has dropped below 33% loyalty, which wouldn't normally be a big deal because it's only one character, but the character in question is the guy who controls all of the troops, many of whom are now personally loyal to him, so yes, this is actually quite a big problem. Here we go, we can bribe him, which isn't actually done with money, it's done with oratory power. So we're going to do that immediately, just to whack his loyalty up straight away. I could also try and make friends with him, and I could also try and pay off his veterans to remove their loyalty to him. And the less veterans loyal to him, the less loyalty he's going to lose on a monthly basis. Yeah, go on. Let's just try and make that happen. So, up to 4 cohorts will lose loyalty. And let's also just try and make friends with him. Yeah, let's just try and do that. But that's just going to be a thing that happens over time. Here we go, a new gladiator has risen to prominence in the arena. So, buy the gladiator, gift it to this guy. Let's make him our friend. That would be a good amount of progress. I'd lose some popularity, and I'd lose some civic power. Yeah, go on, let's make that happen. So, how are we going to praise this guy publicly? We can, yeah, praise him just with some oratory, sacrifice a bull to his name, commission a sculpture in his honour, or say, let's not go flipping crazy, let's go for the public praise here. Spurned. He was not convinced. Right, well, that was all a bit of a waste of time then. Ah, there is one more thing we can do as well for the general. We can check if he's got an ambition, which he does. Characters just sometimes generate these. So, he wants to conquer Crete. Me too. That's actually why you're a general, to be honest. Alright, we're getting into some political stuff here. So, Dicaiarchus Proteid and his dreams of high office are fairly well known. So, he actually wants to, yeah, presumably, okay, he wants a very specific job. What job is that, and are you qualified for it? Okay, it's a job that requires civic. He has 7 civic, the guy who's doing it has 8. So I'd be giving up 1% of the entire tax base of the country to actually give him the job. But I'd also be just swapping one set of loyalty for the other. Are either of these guys actually important? He's the head of a family. You know what? I'm going to persuade you to give up your dream. Wow. Apparently I'm persuasive enough to do that. I can just get people to give up on their dreams. Right. Time for the finishing blow over here. You guys have got nothing flipping left at this point. And I believe we have actually already got ourselves... Yep, I'm allowed to take Crete. I've already actually got the fabricated claim down. I'm already past the true state. Don't need Sparta for this one. That will, however, bring in, yeah, Proisos and Rhodes. So that's fine. You just march straight in there if you'd be so kind. There you flipping go. And also, yes, deploy the fleet to make sure Rhodes doesn't get involved. Right, nice easy victory there. Now we can just basically take this place. It has... Hang on, what's the defense level? Ooh, it is fort level 2. So that is... Oh, yes, of course. I'd forgotten. That was why we didn't take it the first time, because we needed 10,000 men. And also, oh, hello! I think the Rhodians did exactly what I was expecting them to do. They actually tried to attack us. So we were victorious. They got away, but we need to be very, very careful indeed. And hello, a renowned merchant trader has appeared before our court in Dias. We can give him 15 gold, and he will be very, very loyal indeed. Alternatively, he'll lose some loyalty if we can't be bothered. Ooh. Hello? +1 trade route for the whole game for just 30 gold? Oh, every time. There we go. We've sunk their entire fleet and captured their admiral too. So now, redeploy the forces over here. I don't think there's any chance Rhodes are getting involved. These guys aren't getting involved because they'll need to actually siege down this fort first. In which case, we can just take this fort and then there's a very interesting thing we can do at that point. You see, up here in the Decisions tab, there's various things you can do to create, like, new mega-empires. Like the equivalent of, like, a de jure empire in Crusader Kings 2. Reuniting Alexander's empire might be a bit on the ambitious side for Crete, to be honest, but I can form Crete. All I need to do is hold the highlighted territories, which I am about to do. And if I form Crete, I will get citizen output plus 25% and bonus population growth for the entire rest of the game. Spot on. And there we go. We've won that siege right over there. Are you guys willing to surrender immediately? Because if you're willing to basically just hand over that, yeah, we can have that. I'm willing to do it. End the war right there. Put those guys to death. We now hold this territory right here. And I think we probably picked up a handful of slaves on the way too. Knossos is... Yeah, Knossos is up to 8 slaves going up towards 9. So that's marvellously good news, including... Ah! We now have bonus iron. Yeah, so this place had iron. We're importing 1 iron. We now own a different iron. So we actually have surplus iron. And when you get more than 1 of something, it gives different bonuses. So I get local manpower plus 5%. So 5% manpower across the entire empire. And even better, because this is the capital province, I get 10% bonus heavy infantry discipline. So as long as I've actually got 2 iron, I get a giant extra pile of benefits. You see, if we look at the province map over here, this whole area, right up to this spot right here, the game considers that to officially be Crete, according to like a almost like ancient de jure understanding or something. So, right now, this belongs to Proisos, and this belongs to Rhodes. But at this point, if I basically just say, hey, I'm Crete now, that issues an immediate ultimatum to any settlement I don't already possess that is part of Crete. Which might mean I immediately just get the rest of Crete. So let's just see what's actually about to happen. We just picked up that. Did we get that too? Or did these guys decide to resist? No, these guys decided against it. They decided not to join us. They basically decided to stick with Rhodes. Which is fair enough. Rhodes is fairly large, I suppose. We just got Proisos for free. Meaning now officially, Knossos holds all of Crete. And as far as I'm concerned, that means the Minoan civilization has been reborn. We also get a snazzy new colour. We now have this kind of white colour instead of the previous green. I kind of like the green though, so I almost feel like that's a bit of a step down. And Proisos also provides us with even more olives. So we're actually up to, yeah, 3 olives at this point. So 10% slave happiness for having access to olives, and then 2% for each subsequent olive. So yeah, as you stack them, you get less and less benefit. So as a result of that, you do probably want to just sell excess olives. So as soon as someone actually offers to buy them off me, I will 100% sell them. Oh, that's more flippin' like it. A united Crete. By the way, we should probably... Yeah, let's actually just get rid of some of these units. We don't need all of this. just slightly reduce the size of the army, but I'd say we have done a very good job getting set up there. And in particular, we've done everything we need to have a successful monarchy. My monarchy is extremely prominent and extremely popular. And as a result of that, the king is 100% legitimate. Everyone thinks he's absolutely spectacular. And there are two really important consequences of that. One, his successor will also inherit a big old pile of legitimacy. And two, the vast majority of the empire is willing to back my eldest son, even though he's still just a child. Just a handful of people backing other people. I assume that's just because of, like, personal friendships or family ties or something. Yeah, we've got this guy right here, who's got two people backing him. So Theodorus and Ptolemaeus. And there we go. There's two of them. So he's got three friends in the world, and one of them actually can't be bothered. So he's not exactly a major threat. And as a result of that, we are looking at a smooth transition of power. Whenever our Basileus passes on, power will just gently flow down to his son. Everyone will accept it. No chance whatsoever of a civil war. The only risk whatsoever is this guy right over here. He's looking okay at the time being. We can just keep bribing him if need be. We can put another triumph up for him. In fact, you know what? He deserves another triumph. There we flippin' go. In fact, at the age of 65, he's going to pass on at some point soon. So that's absolutely fine. Because when he passes on, guess who's going to be first in line to potentially become the new Strategos? Sosistratus would be a flipping perfect pick, because what could guarantee a smooth transition of power better than the new king having the personal loyalty of the army? Marshal of 8 at this point, charisma of 9, I assume he's inherited that of his father, pretty spot on. He's humble right now, which is good, but yeah, there is a bit of a problem. He's got the ambition become rich, so there's a possibility he might pick up a little bit of corruption and maybe lose some stats, but it probably won't be a massive deal. Oh, and even better, river barges. Even flipping more trade routes. I love it. And with that, we enter the next big stage of the game. We've managed to secure our homeland, so where to next? And for the new Minoan civilization, that's one hell of a question, because yeah, there are intrigue opportunities in every direction. Down south, Cyrene looks vulnerable, but that would bring me dangerously close by to Egypt. Egypt, of course, very, very powerful land armies, but come with the disadvantage, they don't have access to wood, so they actually can't get a navy going unless they can find someone to sell them some wood, which is actually very historically accurate. The actual real original Minoan civilization shipped wood to Egypt. And Phrygia might be massive and terrifying, but they are also likely to just start collapsing any flipping minute. Antigonos is already dead, and I feel like his successors are not quite necessarily up to the challenge. Rhodes is an easy target. We get a free Casus Belli against them, because they refuse to hand over a bit of de jure Crete, so we can go to war with them anytime we want. We've already confirmed we've got control of the sea, so that shouldn't be a problem at all. But we might actually want to consider an invasion of Greece itself. Plenty of smaller empires nearby to Sparta have only got 5 cohorts and no ships. We could launch an invasion of those guys, no problem whatsoever. In fact, a good starting point could be kicking Phrygia out of Greece right there. Liberating Athens. Now that could be just the flipping thing. Not least as Tendinari says, the Macedonians might be willing to join in with that one. Yeah, a joint Minoan, Spartan, Macedonian attack on the Phrygians in mainland Greece to liberate that area that could just leave me in possession of Athens. Oh yeah, that could be just the next move, if I could find the right time when Phrygia are nice and distracted with something else. But sadly, ladies and gentlemen, I suspect my time with the game has come to an end, for now at least, but obviously this will be back as soon as I can get my hands on this for good. Oh yeah, we will be seeing some more of this. I need to take a little bit of time to get used to some of the systems, to try out some of the other forms of government, all of that good stuff. But I will say, monarchies have some big, nice advantages. If you can just keep the legitimacy up, if you can keep the succession nice and stable, you can turn into a really effective military machine. You can just get on with steamrolling, just as long as you're sure that the succession and loyalty and all of that good stuff doesn't go to hell, because monarchy is great and stable and wonderful, right up to the point where it tears itself apart in a massive civil wars. This is Imperator Rome, and I'm kind of in love with it already. It's wonderful. It's got some of my favourite elements of Crusader Kings 2. It's got some of my favourite elements of Stellaris. It's set in a time period I love. It's gorgeous. It's interesting. I love the new trade system. It's everything I was hoping it would be. I need to spend a lot more time with this before I can reasonably form any form of review on this or whatever, but yeah, it's the real deal. It will be back on this channel as soon as possible. If you want to see some more in the meantime, I know for a fact some other people have already done some videos on this looking at other forms of government. I'll link to the ones that are already out in the description below. And if you keep an eye on Paradox on social media, I'm sure they'll be promoting the rest of them when they come along too. But yes, indeed, more as soon as I can, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been many a true nerd, and this has been the utterly wonderful Imperator Rome. Thank you very much, and goodbye. You know, I really hope we've agreed open borders with Japan, by the way, otherwise they have basically just invaded. I may have picked the wrong fight over... Yep. And my cities, of course, have got even more flipping high-tech, though mysteriously still completely dependent on, you know, an aqueduct. Now, I'm not saying your entire army is mostly already dead, but it kind of actually is.